Bow, wow, 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 wow. Hello, JS. How are you doing today? All right, let's pull JS a card because she's here. We're just gonna use a little book right here if you don't mind. We'll just pull something. All right. So the first thing we're going to go off with is the element of water. We're talking about Atlantis and Lemuria and the depths of our humanity and how far we can go, how far we need to go. So let me just make sure no one's over here on the Sootsy Bootsy station. Hello, Bridget O'Connelly. I almost said O'Connelly. How are you doing today? Linda Judd says hello. All right, guys and gals. So here we go. Element of water. Water governs the west sunset, fall, the color blue, the planet Venus, and the moon, and the zodiac signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. All right. Cancer's been coming up a lot. It came up a lot last week. I had no idea that Cancer was going to be in the zodiac for us, but it is. Okay, so JS is gonna be 40 very soon, so she's gonna be 20 on July 12th. So let's give her a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JS. Happy birthday to you. All right, cool. All right. All right. So I got some cards, and we're gonna be going longer tonight. We're gonna be going longer tonight. Greg let me know he couldn't be on, so I said, "Hey, I'll come in and do it longer." Because I went to the store because my wife is awesome, and I got to get some new cards. So since we're going longer, we're gonna do the Wild Mystic tonight. Brand new deck of cards. Brand new deck of cards. So call your friends, tell them, "Hey, if y'all have a reading y'all want to do, y'all need to come on over to Things Network and to Phoenix Rising, Temple of the Phoenix Rising Entertainment. Y'all just come on over. Come on over. We got Wild Mystic, we got Lemurian Oracle cards, we got music, we got healing, we got happiness. We also have the Archeo. I haven't even opened these yet, so we're gonna have some fun. Let's get back to water. Okay. So your tools, if you're into the water, right, are a chalice and a cauldron. Okay. Water is emotional. So let's think about that. Atlantis, and so we know about Atlantis sinking, right? That's what everybody says. Oh, pride, right? All this water, right? Hello, Holly B. How are you doing today? All right, y'all ready for the song? Y'all ready to get the show started? All right, here we go. Before I get this, we're gonna do the show. Bow, 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 bow. Raise your glass, raise your flask, raise whatever suits your task. Welcome to the Wolf and Bear Den. I'm your host, Seth David Suits Healy with the most. Let's get to rock and rolling. Let's get to learn some stuff about spirit, about ghosts, about everything that you can think of with the most. All right, guys, I'm Suits Healy. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's almost July 4th, Everybody's feeling the shift that's coming. Man, I went down the long daggum rabbit hole last night. Woo-wee. Me and the rabbit, we went deep. I think I fell asleep watching TikTok. It's like, oh my God. Some people are just crazy. I'm going to tell you this. Let me tell you, CERN's marketing, whoever they hired for marketing, I would hire them if I was an actor, producer, writer, whatever. I would hire that marketing company. You know why? Because everybody's talking about CERN. The spiritual community is talking about CERN, right? Everybody's talking about CERN. Now, it is a big deal. It's a very big deal what's about to happen. A very, very big deal. But I think somebody might have watched a little too much Quantum Leap. I'm just gonna say, it's a lot of energy. I have been feeling depleted. I was at work the other day. This is how I was. We'll give y'all an example phone call. Y'all ready? Thank you for calling the place that I work. How may I help you today? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. What? No. Yeah. No. I even tried to make a joke and it wouldn't work. So something is depleting us of our energy, of our good energy. So we do have to stay in the high vibration. So when the shift happens, right? Like this, like we talked about this. Let me show you. All right. So this right here is our horse, right? Our horse of Gansu, right? He's on a swallow, right? And he's flying. To me, it's a balance of work and play. Also, having to have a lot of faith. Because can you imagine getting on the back of a swallow and the swallow has to have faith in you. You have to have faith in yourself that you're not going to break somebody's back with this shift. All right? This shift that's going on, it's crazy pants. It is something of another. I think it's more to do with the conjunction. I think it's more to do with other stuff that's really kind of making itself known, right? So let's pull some cards on CERN first, and maybe we can get like after I finish reading about water. I gotta stay focused. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I had like my team. They're like, "Hey, Suits, you gotta stay focused, man. You were talking about water. You have to stay focused. So let's stay focused." So emotional. Water is emotional. It's flowing. It's calming. It's a balancing element. So if you need to have that balance, right? If you need to have that balance, take a glass of water. I'm being a big hypocrite here because me and water, we just don't. I'm like a witch with water, like in Wizard of Oz. Like I'm melting. That's how I sometimes feel about water. But really, in all honesty, in all truth, drink more water. Have water. Use water in your ceremony. And I say ceremony because like people use it in different ways, right? Water is a cleansing element. So, like, if you're mopping the floors, be like, I'm mopping the floors today, mopping my soul clean today. Like, when I clean my floors, we have all the dog hair, right? We have 4 dogs. I'm like, sweeping my mind, sweeping my soul, cleaning everything up. Woo! Sweeping my mind and sweeping my soul, and I'm cleaning everything up. Or I'm trying. I'm a work in progress. The energies of the water grant patience, like y'all have with me tonight. We got 8 people watching y'all. That's amazing. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. And determination. So if you feel like you're stuck in your situation, remember that you have access to the resources whenever you need help. You have accesses to resources here at the Things Network and at Phoenix Rising Entertainment. There are people out there who know what they're doing, and there are also people out there who have no idea what they're doing, right? So you just want to protect yourself. You don't want to go down the CERN rabbit hole. I had to do it for research last night because I was like, some of these people are nuts. Okay, now I will tell you, if I said I want you to describe the Monopoly Man to me right now, describe him in the comments. Just describe him. By the end of the night, we're gonna talk about it. And tell me, is it the Home Depot or Home Depot? Okay. 2 things. Okay. Think about it. Don't look it up, ladies and gentlemen. Just describe to me the Monopoly Man to the T. Every detail you can remember. Okay. Oh, and how Houdini died. Do that too. How Houdini died. The real way how Houdini died. All right. So, talking about Lemuria. So let's get it on. Let's rock and roll. Woo-wee! I love this deck so much. It's such a great deck. All right. So the first thing we want to talk about with Lemuria is how is it going to relate to us, right? You don't hear much about you hear about like Lemurian courts and all that. Atlantis has the stuff on it, right? Like, oh, they had the castles and all that kind of stuff. So let's just see what Lemuria has to say about y'all. Look at that card. Look, Emergence just pulls up. Look at that. So we want to celebrate sensuality. Sensuality. Holly, so we're talking about we're studying the depths of humanity tonight. We're also going to talk a little bit about CERN and the major shift that's going on. We're talking about the Atlantis and Lemurian frequencies to help us understand and better cope with what is going on. So my son, whose name is John Joseph Healy, sends JJJ I'm check UBUG. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my son's a little wizard. My wife's gonna kill me for saying that. Looks like he's trying to say check UB Uga. Oh no. Okay. So with this emergence of the Atlantis and Lemurian energy that's really coming forward right now, so CERN is the Hadron Collider, right? Which is pretty much they are particle physicists, right? It's a big 17-mile long, under 300 feet under the ground, bordered on Switzerland and France, I believe. Yes, I think that's right. They discovered the God particle in 2012, and they're turning it back on again for Run 3 on July 5th. But they have turned it on. They've been doing stuff. They had ceremony and all that kind of stuff. Some weird. I'm telling you, the rabbit hole for CERN is the marketing is ingenious. It is ingenious. Like to get the spiritual community, to get the scientific community, all under one umbrella, you've got to be a genius. So whoever did that is a genius. Okay. So hope that answered your question, Holly. What we're talking about is how to protect yourself. Oh, let's see what this is. Unlocking your gifts. If we talk about CERN. So a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be like an X-Men situation. That when they do Run 3, that it's going to be a power source so powerful that it's going to be something like, and it is pretty crazy that it's right after Stranger Things. I'm not going to spoil Stranger Things for you. Hey, Annette, how you doing? But it's pretty crazy, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Look what card I just pulled. The Arcturians. Let's see what that is. Let's just see what that is real quick. Okay. Number 8. All right. And I got that song stuck in my head from TikTok too. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. Right? Okay. Well, that's not what this is. Okay, let's see. So we'll read Unlock Your Gifts because that's where I got. Sacred gifts, energy senses, pure love is the key. Wow, I got 12 people watching. Are y'all serious? Thank y'all so much. That's amazing. Thank y'all so much. So we're talking about working with our gifts. Like that's one thing that a lot of people are talking about with this discern thing, that anybody who is gifted is going to and have their gifts enhanced. It is going to be a lot of energy. And it's going to be a lot of power. And people are like, I'm going to tell you, like I said, people are talking about quantum leaps and stuff. And you just got to learn how to shut it off. You got to be like, that's a little crazy. That's a little. But some of the stuff they're saying, like, ooh, I never thought about that. That's interesting. So you have to take with a grain of salt everything that you read. Okay? Many gifts of light are upon you, and the key to unlock them is designed in a language of light. Our language of light. So you have to ask yourself, what is my language of light? How is it? Is it actions? Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it healing? What is my language of light? That's very, very important. Look at the key in the picture of this card. I'm going to show you the card in a second. For it contains all the codes that you need for this new Earth activation. Now that's pretty crazy, y'all. We're talking about new Earth activation, and Dolphin's been coming up a lot in a lot of people's readings. It's been showing up around here, just be like, hey, right? So Dolphin for me is always going to be about sound and vibration and diligent. I always think diligent motivation. I don't know why that word just came to my head. But we have to learn your language of light and how you communicate and how you're communicating effectively. That's another thing that's really important. Communicating effectively. Look at the key in the picture of this card, for it contains all the codes that you need for this. You are invited to attune to your multi-dimensional awareness. Y'all, I can't make it. That's what people are saying CERN is, that it's going to open a portal to here and there. And I love sci-fi just like anybody else. I mean, I write the stuff. I've been a Star Trek guy. I've been a Marvel guy. I'm a Marvel guy. You have to understand what they're talking about when they're talking about dimensions and going to the fifth dimension, and they're going to all these different places. It's a state of being. Now, is this going to allow us to transcend what we currently are? That's a lot of energy to be pumping through. Yo, I'm telling you, look it up. Look up what CERN is. Okay. Where did my people go? That's weird. Okay, so y'all, I gotta tell y'all something. My chat just went away when I was talking about this, so that's weird. That's crazy. Okay. The gifts allow you to integrate more of yourself, to receive your divine frequencies and the colors of ascension in the physical. Okay. So ask yourself, what am I going to receive? Like, so let's just do this, right? All right. So we want to look at this. I'm gonna look at this card again. I think it's really important. I don't know why. I think it's really important. Y'all see that gold? Y'all can't make this shit up, right? Look, we got my gold horse, right? Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Okay. The gifts allow you to integrate more of yourself to receive your divine frequency and color of ascension in the physical. All right. So that tells me we got to open the ascension book up again. I'm telling you, Spirit's been messing with me all day. I was at the store trying to think, okay, what kind of cards do we need? Okay, Asunda, the second of the three base symbols in the elemental trinity. Asunda means this body, this place, and is the bridge between earthly based physical realm and the higher consciousness of the realm of spirit and the divine. Yeah, I just opened the book. It is a tether that holds together heaven and earth, the anchor between the balance, both grounding and divinity. It activates the flow of energy within the chakras by taking the grounded earth energy of Hallel and resonating it to include the energies of all elements, working to heal or rebalance what has been broken, disconnected, or blocked. So here you have a chance to take what's been blocked, right? Like my mediumship, I would pray, and I pray every day. I'm like, Lord, you know, enough's enough. I've learned my lesson. I was a little bit of cocky bastard back in the day, and I understand why you put the brakes on my mediumship, where I get messages, but like some people get the communication like it's right next to them. I would love that. Like that would be great. Like so I definitely get what's going on with a lot of people. Like, oh, get ready. There's gonna be this big thing. How you manifest is all up to you. Now, I don't know if Virginia's here still, but I believe it's Lionsgate on Tuesday as well. And that's a big manifesting day as well. Is that right, Virginia? Can you tell me? Can anybody tell me if Lionsgate is on Tuesday as well? And the conjunction. So you don't even have to think about CERN. You just have to think about what's going on in the universe. And the fact that CERN's doing what they're doing, Run 3, on that day, that's a little crazy. That's what, like I said, the marketing is ingenious. They could have done it the day after. They could have done it a month from now. They wanted eyes on this. So whatever it is, it's going to be big. Now, it might not be big like some of these spiritualists are saying, everything. But can you imagine? Let's go back to like our Atlantis frequency, right? What does Atlantis do for us? What do we say it does? It's a cautionary tale. We don't want to get too proud. We don't want to get too we don't want to be like, oh, I'm just the only dog in the yard, because then all of a sudden what happens? A bigger dog shows up, and then we're like, and we don't want that. Okay? We want to emerge. We need to emerge. We need to be bright and glorious and beautiful. And we got to unlock your gifts. So this is what we're gonna do. Holly, let's do everybody here. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on a gift. Okay? I want you to imagine a box. All right? And in that box, I'm going to put 3 cards. I have no idea what they're going to be. Okay? And we'll open them up. I've got 6 people watching, so I'm going to have 6 gifts right now. Okay? I don't know what they are. I have no idea. Okay? 1. Well, you know what? I'll just do what we always do. Y'all ready? Okay. I gotta shut this off a little bit for a second. Okay. Ready? One. 2. Oof. 3. 4. 5. 6. This feels like water. 7. I'm going to do 8 because of infinity. And 8. All right. So we have 8 Lemurian cards, right? And y'all saw them. Did y'all see all of them? Right? Y'all see everything? Okay. Put these right over here. All right. Actually, I'll look up Artarians. Give me 1 second. Now, what are y'all in the mood for tonight? Are y'all in the mood for the Wild Mystic? I mean, I think this looks so beautiful. I think this just looks so Or do we want to go astrology? Like, I don't know. What do we want to do? Annette, I'm getting a Greek gods thing. It's in the. I just ordered it. So, y'all want to go astrology? Okay. Well, we're on for 2 hours, so it might open both. Here we go. Ready? As y'all can see, I have no idea what this is. I haven't opened it. I've been eyeing it though for a while. I got this at Barnes and Noble. You gotta see how it comes unboxing, right? Okay. Nice little book here. So let's just open the book. Look at that. That's a really good book. All right. First card we get is Virgo. If the natural world is a physical expression of the heavens, oh shit. Virgo's purity is like an X-ray of divinity. This meticulous energy lives with reverence and integrity as an embodiment of spirit. Its ultimate goal is to be a service to self, spirit, and others. Virgo is a practical and modest yet poetic and profound. Its ruling planet Mercury floats freely between the earth and the heavens, a messenger between the worlds. Mercury is named after Hermes, the messenger god. And so beautifully, Virgo embodies the same energy, though regularity and ritual. We just talked. Well, I didn't talk about that yet. We'll get back to that. It is organized and can be a perfectionist. So if you know a Virgo, you might know a perfectionist, introverted and quietly observant. Okay, its people are connected to the body, in particular about food and are connected to the body, in particular about food and environment. And its link to the zygus, the spirit of the times, gives it a finger on the pulse, a creative flair. The Virgo shadow can be obsessive and solitary, with impossibly high standards. It can be hypercritical, but more of self than of others. So if you know a Virgo, be a little kinder to them. The picture, the card has wings, a heart, and a rose. And I read something in this great little book here, or I read something great in the Oracle of Ascendance yesterday, where it talks about how the heart, the heart chakra, it radiates green and it radiates pink. Now, again, that's great marketing. That's great. You know, I've always heard the heart is green. I've never heard it's pink, but I could see where, oh, hey, it resonates pink and green. So rose quartz, that's a heart stone, right? I'm jaded. I apologize. The key words are integrity, reverence, and humility. And I think that's one thing that we really need to have during this transitional shift that we're going to encounter, that we are encountering, I should say. So Linda Judd, who's over on the Sootsy Bootsy station, Linda, you can come over here to Things Network so I can see all the comments. I don't want to miss you. So experiences, going inward, attention to details, ritual, being of service. So as we're working with one another, as this emergence is happening, because there is a huge emergence of energy that's going to go in to our auric fields, right? We're unlocking our gifts. Now you could say, hey, the conjunction and the Lion's Gate, right? Manifestation, you might want to get some agate, right? Make sure if you're in Mississippi, go to Soul Synergy, Rocks and Stones, or Rocks and Crystals, Oriental Shop. If you're not in Mississippi, make sure that you are supporting small business by going on Etsy or finding go to Johnny Their Wands. I mean, you can't make this up. Look how great this is. I mean, I talk about it all the time, but I finally have a light on it. So my beautiful wife had Autumn over that joined their wands make this. Right? I mean, it's beautiful. Look, Atlas Conscience is what that's called. Okay? All right, let me get back to Virgo here. The omen in mythology, virgin energy means whole and complete. So you have to realize that a lot of people right now are virgins with this whole energy thing. It's a shift that's about to happen where it's like, will I or won't I? Will I or won't I? Will I or won't I? I just need to know, is it worth the risk? Do I go? Do I do? Or do I just stay in my corner and read my little book? A lot of people are wondering what's going to happen with this shift. And it's been happening and it's going on right now. It's been going on. It's been going on since the beginning of, I would say it's been going on since June. I would bet money CERN has been on since June, if not earlier. But again, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think of the Monopoly Man. Tell me how you describe the Monopoly Man. Very, very important to me because I'm 40 and I can tell you what the Monopoly Man is. Okay. All right. In mythology, virgin energy means whole and complete. And similarly, Virgo, the virgin goddess, asks you to strip away the not you layers. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are talking about how in 2012, when they found the God particle, right, there was this time shift. Again, people watching a little bit too much Quantum Leap, in my opinion. But I will go as far as say I could see where a type of dimensional shift of energy, of fluidity, right? Because we talked about water with Atlantis and Lemuria, happened, right? Where we like click, boom, okay, yeah, we didn't see that coming. That was craziness. Did you see that coming? No, I didn't see it coming. Right? So things are happening right now. You know, I'm not talking politics. I'm not going to talk what's going on in the United States of America. Right, Linda. That would be very clear. So, like, I'll give you an example. I have a friend who's not into this whatsoever, right? Not into, but the person's very respectful of what I do, but they're like, no, that's not for me, and I have to respect that, right? Because you have some people who are like a Virgo, right? Who are like they would want to know everything. They would trek through heaven and hell, right? To be like, okay, so this is the answer. But let's talk about the Virgo and they're not you layers. So on Tuesday, get rid of the not you layers. Like I said, I went down the rabbit hole in TikTok of CERN. But I also found some really cool stuff. Like I found like this egg cleansing thing, and I've never really heard about this. Not like eating egg, right? But like taking an egg and because egg is a sign of creation, right? And putting it all over your body, not the egg, but the like rolling it over your body, rolling over your face, saying your prayer, whatever, and then throw it into a thing of water, throwing some stuff on it, and send it back to sender. That was really cool because it's setting an intention and setting a ritual for you. That may not work for you. It may not work for some people. Like, I don't put an egg on me. Like that's weird. I don't know what you're talking about. But for some people who maybe grew on a farm, that's like okay, I have an egg. That's cool. Like egg sign of life, egg sign of prosperity, egg sign of change, egg sign of hibernation, like growth, egg sign. And that's me. So on Tuesday, not me, but they're saying me in the spiritual sense. So you have to figure out what is working for you. Remember, people on TikTok and on YouTube and on social media, me included, right? I don't do the hashtags and everything like most people do. I gotta get into that because this is my career. Besides working for the place I work, this is something that I do for a living. Yes, Linda. So apparently that's what it said. Like it's just, and I'm doing more research on it but you're taking it and you're thinking about the egg storing all that stuff, right? Storing all of what is taken away from you, cleansing it, and then you sort of hatch it, right? And you put some spices and some sage and stuff in there, and you like, and just you don't look. But they said whatever you don't look down into the glass, right? You don't want to see what was inside, right? Like you don't want to know how hot dogs made, right? Again, you're unlocking your gifts. Ritual is all about what you do, right? Like people would say when I, raised Catholic, I'll be like, I pray how I pray. God is not going to say, you are praying wrong today, Suitsy Bootsy. You need to go away and come back some other day. No, God will be there and be like, hey, you know what? If that's how you work, okay. Universe is the same way. That's how you work. Okay. So the not you layer. So we want to peel. We want to peel away. That's also an egg thing, peeling away. Like if you want to hard boil an egg, I think it's hard boiled egg. Is that right? Is that right? I'm not a cook. And peel that egg and just like get that do that. Do that. These may be unhealthy habits. I'll be damned. These may be unhealthy habits, toxic relations. Okay. Virgo, the Virgin goddess asks you to strip away the not you layers that clog your vessel. I cannot make this. Y'all saw me open the book, right? I did not. All right. It's still just amazing me. These may be unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or damaging thought patterns. So you can hurt yourself. So if on Tuesday you're focusing on, oh my God, they're going to shift the timeline. Oh my God, that's what they're doing. Like some of you are thinking that's going to happen. I do think there's going to be some major energy shift that's going to happen. Now, how that affects us, I think it's going to affect each and every one of us very, very, so yeah, but I just think it's more of us to work with. So this is pretty great. The cleansing force comes to guide your body, mind, and spirit back to its natural state of y'all. I can't make this up. It's right there. Look. This is amazing. This is why I love doing this. Um, hey, Virginia, look. Spirit back to its natural state of grace. This humble energy knows the most profound way to create change is through small, consistent actions, so that what your daily embodied. So it asks you, what are your daily embodied rituals, your habits? If ritual is too much of a woo-hoo word for you, that's okay. That's okay. Habit, good thought pattern. That's what you want to work with. Are they in support of your higher self and your ultimate purpose? So ask yourself on Tuesday or tonight, because I'm telling you that CERN is on right now. Like you can just go outside and you can look and you can feel. You can feel that the Earth's energy is changing. And I, like I said, I went down the rabbit hole last night. It's a big rabbit hole and it's deep. So remember what Rabbit does, guys. Rabbit who takes your fear for you, and then like Thumper, right? Then puts it back in the earth with that vibrational energy to the core, and the core sends it right back out, and plants and beautiful things, right? Transmutation, transmission. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. And I didn't know that about Virgo. Okay, so next card is going to be Libra. And so, like an energetic balancing scale, Libra is always weighing things out and considering the options. I don't know if y'all have ever dated a Libra. I don't think I have. But I can imagine what that'd be like. Do you want to go to dinner? Well, you You will go to my folks or your folks? Well, I can imagine. Being Venus ruled, its need for harmony creates a love of beauty, favoring traditional laws like proportion and symmetry. Well, I can tell you this: they could, like I say, I have a saint living with me, especially right now in this house. We have all the mom stuff, right? All my family stuff. I'm so blessed to have it, all this great furniture. But like I said, we're manifesting on Tuesday. Me and Virginia, we're manifesting a bigger house for a growing family. So we could use that energy, that good energy toward it. All right. Libra is sensitive to its surroundings, not only seeking aesthetic pleasure, but peace, balance, justice, and fairness. So you want to bring that Libra frequency in when you're working with Atlantis, especially because again, what is Atlantis? It is a tale. It is a story. That's what it is. Okay, so let's go to Ascension cards for Atlantis. Let's just open it up. Okay. Oh, a visual. All right, y'all want wait. All right, let's get to this one. A visualization to help find your path. Find a place where you can be quiet. Oh yeah. So Linda, it's all over. Yes, Jay. Yes, JS. 100%. Man, all right. Time is a construct. All right. Time is a construct. Right? We needed order because people were going crazy. Right? Time is a construct. And some people have to be late. So here's a visualization to help your path. So JS, maybe this might help you. Ready? And I just opened it. And Diana Cooper is a great author. She has a new deck of cards out. She has the animal cards out. I haven't got those yet, but I think she has a unicorn deck out as well. I saw it at the store today. I'm about to put my wish list up here, right? So if y'all are like, oh, I want to, this is how I see it. Because I've been talking to my guides and everything. They're like, you should put your list up. You should do this, blah blah. Some people will do this, some people won't. So me and Virginia, we're going to start working on the website more in the future. Hopefully by next year, everything will be up and running completely in total. But we will start, like I said, I'm going to start deep dives again in August. So if you're wanting a deep dive, let me know so we can talk. All right, a visualization to help you find your path. Find a place where you can be quiet and undisturbed. Light a candle to raise the energy. Or do this. Where I also like to use kyanite with finding my path. If you see this right here, I have about 13, 14 pieces of this stuff around. So you see this right here? I put it down, boom, boom, boom. I start with citrine at one end and citrine at the end. So I start with abundance at one end and end with abundance on the other. And every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I put one out. Boom. Monday, I'm going to manifest. Tuesday, I'm going to transform. Wednesday, my well-being. Thursday, I'm going to trek. Friday, I'm going to be fruitful. Saturday, I'm going to soak up the humanity. Sunday, I'm going to whatever. And so I just set those up. And then that Sunday, I also picked them up. I picked them up. What did I manifest on Monday? What did I transform? What did I trek? What did I do? It's just a way to hold yourself accountable so that you are preparing yourself for your path. Okay, ask Archangel Michael to place his deep blue cloak of protection around you and picture it. So let's do that. I want you to imagine a huge crystal temple, right? There's a waterfall. You can hear the waterfall. The winds, the north, east, south, and west are blowing in from all directions, just the right temperature and right speed. There's a brook outside that you can hear. There's birds. There's children playing in the fields. Can't make this shit either. Find yourself in a beautiful green meadow and relax on each out breath. Imagine the sun gently warming you. So when you lay down on that bed in that crystal palace, right? That bed turns into a green meadow. All right. And you're going to breathe out. And when you breathe out, that sun, it's going to give you a high five. It's going to go pow pow. And you go boom, pow pow, boom. Feels good, pow pow. All right. See your guardian angel walking towards you, smiling and welcomely, saying, hey, or your guide or whatever works for you. Okay. He or she takes you by the hand and you walk across the meadow to some beautiful golden steps. Ooh, beautiful golden steps. You climb up those steps to the very top. Here, there's a gate, a beautiful gate. Let's say it's made of pearl and jade and aventurine. Beautiful gate. Open it if you need and step onto your golden path. Your guardian angel is placing a golden cloak around you. So you went from blue, right? That's your voice. So on your path, you're finding your voice. So you're getting that blue, you're getting that kyanite. It's a very good stone for that, right? Your guardian angel places a golden cloak around you so that you stand in your true divine magnificence, so that you're connecting with the divine. All right. A lot of people talk about I'm becoming divine, and that's just that. Hold your horses. I've been investigating houses before with people who are like they think woohoo, they're and the one rule that we have, one big rule is you never say you're bigger than what you are. If anything, I'm here and I'm grateful. I'm working with the divine. I'm working with the divine, right? I'm working with the divine. I am a vehicle. I'm working with the divine. Sometimes he gets in the car, right? Sometimes he walks outside, right outside with me, right? All depends. All right. You climb up then to these steps to the very top. So you go up to these golden steps, you're going really high. Here, there's a gate. Open it, and if you need to, step onto your golden path again. Your guardian angel is placing a golden cloak around you so that you stand in your true divine magnificence. Okay, I repeated something. I apologize. Are there other people with you? Sometimes you want to journey. You want to take people with you, right? Are you there? Are you to stand alone? Do you need to stand alone? Another question you need to ask yourself. See yourself walking along your path in your golden cloak. You are a master, radiating great light and attracting good things to you. Notice what happens. When you have finished, thank your angel and open your eyes. You may need to repeat this daily as part of your ascension practice. Again, ascension cards, really, really great cards, really great stuff. All right. Now, I'm gonna engage some Lemurian energy, and then I'm gonna open some Atlantis. All right. Here we go. Ready? Does that look like Jesus? Hold on. Enlightened masculine potential, new earth. Y'all, we can't make this stuff up. So apparently a lot of these spiritualists and metaphysical people are talking about how this shift that we're going to experience is almost going to be like a new earth. Like we are going to feel things and we need to know ourselves. We need to know ourselves when we're doing this. Because if we don't know ourselves, then someone is going to observe us who does know us, right? And if they know how to observe, right, we have to learn how to observe the world. We have to see the new man and the new woman. We have to see the new people, right? We have to understand. We have to let those gifts emerge in us. Do not force it. It's like when you're in a relationship and you really want this, that, these, and those out of it, but you're like, if I do that, then this is going to happen. And I don't want that to happen. Because if that happens, then it's going to be bad. Right? So you don't want to force anything. And a lot of people have force. A lot of people force metaphysics. People go, they they do Reiki, they don't wait. Like they go 1 and 2, and they're like, I can do 3 and 4. I can do so much more. I can make the wind and the rain and everything go wada woo, wada woo, wada woo, wada woo, wada woo. And they realize that they're fooling themselves much later. I did that. I realized that. So you have to be aware. Awareness is key. So meditate on who you are. We're talking about that golden path, y'all, and look at that. Look at that golden path. You see all that? You see the goal? That's pretty cool. Talk to your angel. See who it is. Say, hey, what's your name? Right? Now, your angel name might change, right? Like I've told y'all, I thought Arthur was just my spirit guide. I thought, my main spirit guide. I thought he was a pretentious British punk. Right? That's what I thought he was. And then just in the last year or two, he came out because I had gotten my Merlin. Y'all see my Merlin, right? Let me see. Let me show y'all Merlin. That Chrissy Wake Up song is in my head. I'm telling you, it's all over TikTok. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So I was getting this Merlin, right? And I was talking to somebody about my guide. And we were talking about guides and whatever. Merlin. Hand carved. Right. And my guide came out and said, it's King Arthur, you dumbass. And I was like, well, wait, what? Huh? Because he usually like, oh my God, really? I can't believe it, sir. That's amazing. You don't say, oh, really? Okay. And all of a sudden he was like, I'm disappointed in you. And I was like, that was a little weird. And so first off, I thought I had 2 Arthurs. So you can get confused, and people can think, oh, my guide is my grandfather or my grandmother or whatever. That's very, very rare. It's a frequency first, right? It's like growing like what back in the day, we had those little things in the machines that you grew it up, not like sea monkeys, but the other things, right? The little electronic things. I don't talk about, right? And you grew it. Same thing with your spirit guide. Your guide gets strong as you get strong, in my opinion. Again, that's a Suitsy Bootsy thing. Let's pull another card. Cosmic circles, y'all. This is stuff I can't make up. Create a sacred space. On Tuesday, when Lionsgate comes in, create that sacred space. Get ready for that conjunction energy. Get with your circle of light family. Say, hey, okay. I know a lot of spiritualists right now, they're not drinking. They're keeping their vibration high. Do whatever you need to do to keep your vibration high, right? I'm not going to tell you not to celebrate the 4th of July. Please celebrate the 4th of July. Please celebrate it. It's a good thing to celebrate. Right? Okay. Y'all, the last cloak. Look at that. We just talked about a cloak earlier. That's pretty cool. Release old identities. Magnificent realize. That spooked me out. So I think that what's happening with the shift that's coming, this massive shift, it's like a wave, right? You ever built a sandcastle on the beach? I'm not that coordinated, but I've seen people do it. And they build a sandcastle, right on the shoreline, right? And they build it as beautiful, as gorgeous, as like massive, as whatever. And then they know that it's going to be gone when the tide comes in. And they just watch it and they go, and they go. And what's left? Maybe some shells, right? Some grains. Nothing of your kingdom, right? We need to do that. This last quote, we got to realize old identities. The magnificence released. Magnificent realized. So when, and like I said, the TikTok rabbit hole and the YouTube rabbit hole of CERN is deep, really deep. But some of the stuff makes you think, okay, like I did not know about the Monopoly Man or A1 Sauce or the Kit Kat stuff. Or I really remember going to see Shazam with Shaquille O'Neal. Like that blew my mind. I thought that was a movie, and it wasn't. Apparently. But there's some crazy stuff out there. Energy's changing every day. So, oh look, Lemurian guide. Look at that. Can't make that stuff up. So you might say, I just have an Atlantis guide. You know, who's to say that your guide is not just a person? Doesn't even really have a name. Just say, hey, I'm guide. You're a guide. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm a person too. So it's not too intimidating. I tell people when I'm working with them and they're working with guides, you don't have to have this big, powerful entity, energy, frequency, right? You don't need that. A guide is more like a sounding board. It's your higher self. It's you in tune with your higher self, in tune with the frequencies of the world. And you're click, 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 and it's going. But it's in a sense that you know that you have to be in tune with your star player, as Cat Williams would say. Right? You don't want to be going in this cosmic circle, which is just like CERN. CERN is 17 miles long, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all should look it up. 17 miles long. And they're going to, on run 3, they're going to shoot 2 atoms, I believe, at one time. What particles, particle physics. That just scares the shit out of me in the first place. I'm just like, you're going to do what? Apparently, now I don't know because I haven't seen Stephen Hawking say this, but Stephen Hawking said if we study the God particle to the extent that some people want to study the God particle, it would be like opening the gates of hell. Now, that's the quote. It'd be like opening the gates of hell, not open the gate, because Stephen Hawking was an atheist. But you have to realize that science, a lot of times, you see this in Marvel, right? Science and this other thing that's, just rearing his head up, the mystical arts, the mystic. That's why I got this card deck today. I was like, mystic. I got it. We got to do it. So Lemurian guides, where they teach you the infinite. They teach you how to go on and on and on and on, no matter what. Atlantis guides, in my opinion, teach you cautionary tales, how to prepare not to do this, that, these, and those. Whereas Lemurian is more about looking at who you are now and who you can be in the future. All right. So we got some cards here. So we're going to put these in our Auric deck. So we have these for the end of the night. All right. Because we're going to 11 tonight. I'm so excited. So first, we're going to engage everybody with the last cloak, and that is to realize old identities. So that's some past life stuff. So you know what that means? We got to open the past life book real quick. Cosmic circles, right? I'm telling you, that is, CERN has to do with cosmic. I mean, it has to. You don't build, it's pretty crazy. Know yourself, which is also very important. When you go on your golden path, right, and you're working with your angels, right, because that's a different thing. Angelic journey is one thing, in my opinion. Again, Sushi opinion. Working with your angels is one thing, right? And you want to, that's what I call it, insulated read. That's coming from the highest of the highest source, the creator source, right? And you always want to make sure that when you're working with that kind of stuff, that you're working with the highest of the highest source. You come from source. Yes. That's the most important thing when you get that confirmation. All right. We're going to put the new man and new woman energy in, because I think that's important. I think we have to really start working with that. We have to start working with who we are as we embrace this new shifting energy. Because I'm going to tell you, today, y'all, I was sitting on the couch. I almost passed out. So whatever this thing is, whatever this shift is coming, this shift is so strong and so powerful that it's either angering people, it's wiping them out completely, right? Where they're just sort of like going into download mode, like boom, boom. It's like C3PO, like boom, boom, and then they'll wake up, they're like processing now, processing now, processing now. So observe your surroundings, observe the people. If you know somebody's having a hard time, check in on them. Be like, hey, what's up? You doing good? Right? I don't want to. Yes, Linda. People looking at who you are is beginning of your personal transformation. And also remembering that transformation is inevitable. You cannot stay the same. You'd be like, I want to stay the same. The Arcturians. Let's figure out what that is real quick. And then we have the Emergence, right? This card came in last week as well. And then unlocking your gifts. Okay. All right. So let's look what the Arcturians is. Let's just see. I'm telling you, man. That rabbit hole on TikTok is a whole nother beast. Let me just get it right here. I'm trying to figure out where it's from. Pure white light. Okay. You know, when you're trying to find something, and okay, I think this is important because I was reading about this yesterday. Tree of life. As a tree of life, I encompass all around, from the roots to the heavenly glory. I'm the tree of life, the collective energy of life. Nothing ever dies or gets reborn. A presence only makes a transition into different dimensions. Allow me to take you to this dimension to show you that you are free and eternal. To feel confident, don't see yourself as a mortal fragment, as a separate from the eternal tree. Expand your consciousness to a dimension where you are a tree of life. So that's what you want to do. You want to ground yourself. Okay? Feel the wisdom and trust what you have as a tree of life, embracing the whole earth, this whole new earth, this new man, this new woman. So on Tuesday, so when you wake up on Wednesday, on hump day, right, as you know they say, you're going to trek into a new life, into a new existence with a willpower. You're going to manifest it. So tonight when you go to bed, you're going to say, I'm going to be the greatest, and I'm going to be full of grace. I'm going to be the greatest, and I'm going to be full of grace. I'm going to help all those I can help, and I'm going to be full of grace. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to work my butt off to get where I need to go from this place. Right? Lemurian Star Child. This is a message. Okay. An older friend wishes to speak with you. Okay. This friend is a giver of eternal life, the holder of wisdom, and the conduit of the sacred water of immortality. Y'all, we started with water and we got here at this point in the show about water. That's pretty crazy. This being that wishes to spread its gift before you is a tree of life. Under the tree of life, you find a seat in its trunk where you can comfortably listen to its wisdom. So you might, on your golden path, you might want to imagine the tree of life, right? Where you can sit down and learn from the tree of life. If you see yourself as a tree, what would be your roots that would replenish you? And what would be your fruit, your divine gifts to the world? The tree of life is the seed template, the blueprint that supports you with its wisdom to grow, rejuvenate, and flourish. That's what we want. We want to grow, we want to rejuvenate, and we want to flourish, right? Allow your roots to grow not into the old paradigm, but connect to the new earth and the new Lemuria, so that your fruits will be the same and will be of the same with that same vibration. To have eternal life in ways that are still imaginable to you means to fully ascend to your light body, which means I ain't got no worries no more. I'm just gonna go to the store. I'm gonna find me some good times. I'm gonna find me some good times. I'm gonna embrace this new energy and the new beginnings with light and love and no fear in my head. My heart's gonna be great. I'm gonna be great. Greatness and grace is gonna come my way. Sing with me. Greatness and grace is gonna come my way. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Soak up that humanity. Observe this beautiful world that's all around. So that's pretty great. I'm not going to continue reading because it's a lot. But that's pretty great about the Tree of Life. Okay. All right. So let's put that. Oh, y'all, look at this. Look. We talked about language earlier, light language, and it just showed up. A universal language of oneness, of love. Listen with your heart. Now, if you see, that's pink and green. So maybe I didn't see it earlier in my studies, and that's fine. But look at this. Ooh, shine your light. So that gold light that we're talking about, that gold is coming back and it's shining bright on us. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good light for everybody. Okay. The Crown. Good show on Netflix, I hear. Right to know, go beyond attachment to divine alignment. So ask yourself, how am I aligning with all of this? How am I aligning? What do I need to do to be better? Right? What do I need to do to be better? I love when the sound comes on my phone. Let's see here. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody over here. Because I hate doing that. I hate it so much. Hey, Tammy came on. I don't know if she's still over here. Tammy, you still with us? You're on the Suitsy Bootsy station. Tammy's a new viewer. But we're going to have that emergence that we're talking about. All right. So y'all can feel that energy off of here. Look. Again, beautiful card deck. Make sure you get it, y'all. The Murian Star Child Oracle. It's a beautiful deck. You can't, it's a great deck. All right. Okay. So we put this down here. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Right? Okay. Now, let's see. Okay. So notes on ascension. So as we start working our way through ascending, right? Getting better, right? Letting loose of those old weights, those old emotional weights, being like, I don't like this. Just wake up. Right. I'm gonna get pegged for that, but that's okay. But so ascension qualities, and again, this is from Diane Cooper's book. Ascension means raising your vibration until your cells are filled with light. Okay. I see what she's saying. I think ascension is more about who you are as a person in your journey, because you can reach a point in your life where you're just like, I'm feeling good. From my feet to my head, I'm feeling good. From my fingers to my legs, I'm feeling good. That's what I'm doing. I'm feeling good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right? I think when they say until your cells are filled with light, that's what you want to strive for. You want to strive to have where your cells, where you just feel like you're like, I'm radiating a new life, a new beginning, a new place. I'm going places I've never been. I'm skying high. I'm crawling well. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm solving the riddle of the Sphinx and having a Coke again. Right? So ascension qualities. Ascension qualities. Okay. All your thoughts, so everything you think, your words, emotions, actions, and vibrations that radiate around you and attract a similar energy to you. So that's something very big. And I heard a lot of it when I went down that rabbit hole on Tuesday. Thank God I had my rabbit friend with me. My rabbit frequency was like, give me your fears and I'll take them away. Give me your fears. I'll take them away. Because at first I was like, wait. Because when craziness starts making sense, you're like, your head goes, you're like, like someone told me that C3PO's leg is silver, and all I know him is gold. Is that right? Like, these are things that get in my head now, and the A1 salt steak bottle is different, right? And that was Jiffy peanut butter and not Jif peanut butter. Is that right? Like, okay. So remember, we're going to talk about thoughts, words, emotions, and actions, vibrations. So working with water, where we started off from, in this beautiful little book right here, right? Where it was in it. I gotta give Virginia credit, though she didn't go out and buy it. She was talking about ascension to me, and you know, synchronicities, right? You had to use them, and so I used them, and it was great. It was greatness, and I got it. It was good. It's good stuff. Ascension entails watching your thoughts and words and purifying them. So here's my question. So my cells have to be purified. I have to be purified. That's why people go to confession, right? Some people write their stuff down. Some people work out. Some people plant gardens. Some people do other stuff. Whatever floats your boat, right? Find a way to cleanse yourself, right? I was talking to some friends today, and I was talking about my next house. No one will wear shoes in my home, and I never got that with people ever until I have white floors. And I'm like, okay, never again. Never again with white floors first. But never again will I let my floors get filthy when I could just people can wear their socks. And if I have to buy socks from Walmart, so somebody comes over and they don't have socks, I'd give them socks and wear. I'd rather have that than cleaning baseboards and cleaning everything on whatever. I hate baseboards. I hate them so much. I know hate's a strong word. I shouldn't be using it, but I strongly disapprove of baseboards. Ascension entails watching your thoughts and words and purifying them, cleansing your emotions, and acting with love and integrity for the highest good. When you radiate at a higher level, you live in joy and freedom and experience oneness. So, what that means is you are coming in one place, right? As one thing. So, I'm feeling this one thing. I'm feeling like I need to be in touch with my number one player. Again, Cat Williams, gotta give him credit for that line. And how do I do that? How do I talk to my guide? Because it can be a little scary at first because you're like, am I crazy? Am I nuts? Have I lost my mind? I mean, I was crazy already, but am I nuts? Are they gonna put me up? Lock me away so no one can see my shine? Right? That can get a little scary. So I tell people when they're first starting with their guides and for Atlantis cards, like I said, are cautionary tales, right? They really are, in my opinion. Again, you have to think how Atlantis was destroyed. We start with water too, and Lemuria. I gotta find that book where it talked about what they believe what cultures came from Lemuria. It's pretty crazy. Let me get back to here. So trust. When you trust yourself, you can trust the universe to look after you. Universe, God, source. You also attract trustworthy people in your life, and that's what you want. Anytime you're on a metaphysical journey, You don't want somebody who's going to be like, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. Maybe this we won't get in trouble if we try. If we try that, right? No, you want the person who's like, so my higher self, because in prayer or in talking, it's a bad idea. That's not good for us. It's not good for me. And when somebody hears that for themselves, gives you this. I have this card out because I need to have this every day at work. Compassion. As you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born. Again, this new self is coming, y'all. Drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. And again, Ganesh is on the back, right? So Ganesh is going to help us with that obstacle of compassion. Because some people don't need compassion. Like I said, the other day I was so angry. I got so mad. I was like, I don't understand what crime I must have committed to be in this pen. So I felt, right? Integrity. We have to have integrity. If we don't have integrity, guess what happens? Our journey ends, right? If I don't have integrity, if I'm not above board on everything, then I'm not caring about the outcome. And I care about the outcome. I care about the outcome very, very much, right? Very, very much. All right. When you're totally honest with yourself and speak your truth, others will trust you, for you are in alignment with the divine. Again, I talked about alignment last week, week before. Perfect alignment is like saying, I just had the best piece of steak ever. You had a really good piece of steak, like a really good, the best piece of steak ever. I don't think so, because each steak is different, right? You might not be a meat eater, so a salad. That salad was great. It's the best salad ever. Best salad ever. Best salad ever. You're like, really? So there could be no better salad. So working with alignment, you want to always work how to better yourself. You can't, once you find yourself fully aligned, you're like, that would put you in a place where you're like in this Zen, like understanding of soul, mind, and body. And you wouldn't, I believe, you'd be like crystallized, like fragile, do not break. Right? Because perfect alignment, what else is there? So we want to be as aligned as you can be, right? I just think perfect alignment is, it's great to strive for. It's great to strive for something. Always have, acting where we say, always have an objective. You don't have an objective, get off my stage, right? If you don't know what you want, then how the hell is anybody else going to know what they want? And how's the audience going to get behind you? I just want to see her behind that bar. I just want to feel the light on my face after being locked up for so long. Locked up for so long, all I want is to see the light on my face, right? You got to have these things in your head. You got to have these objectives, all right? So trusting yourself is number one objective. Having integrity should be number one as well. Blessing. Lesson and blessing, right? That's what, that's what I used to hear all the time. This is a lesson and a blessing and a pain in the do. So when someone's actions damage or hurt you, make yourself peaceful and bless them. So again, you don't have time for their shenanigans. Okay? So what do? You say, hey, I can't take it personally. I'm not going to be a carpet for you to wipe your feet on. No. No, because I don't. You don't have shoes in my house. My future house. No shoes in my house. But there is a little box where you can put your shoes. So if you want to put your shoes there, I get it. I understand. Click. But it's not going to inconvenience me. I'm not going to be inconvenienced on your journey. Right? Just like you shouldn't be inconvenienced on anyone else's journey. Right? If people are being inconvenienced, that journey is wrong. The only person inconvenienced ever on a journey should be yourself. If you are inconvenienced because of if you're inconveniencing your wife, your partner, your child, whatever, because you're on this journey of self-acceptance and self-realization, and you're like, oh my God, I see the light, I understand the ways, right? And then your son has an exam tomorrow, and you're just up there singing bright and everything loud and whatever. You're inconveniencing him. That's not right. Obstacle to compassion would be you, right? You don't want to be the obstacle to anybody's ascension, to anybody's training. And that's what I think happened with Atlantis. I think a lot of it was people started to become the obstacle. People started getting greedy. People, can you imagine tomorrow or on Thursday, Wednesday, people woke up and they're like, oh, I have abilities. Like abilities. Like I can manifest things. Like, and other people didn't have it, they'd be pissed. I'd be like, so wait, I can make slime? And you can manifest gold? What fairness is that? And then you get a whole nother journey, right? Not that that's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, but you don't ever want to be an inconvenience on someone's journey, okay? Because every journey is like every human being is different, right? Every single person is different, and there might be similar journeys, and you might can learn something from one another. I had this lesson taught to me very hard way because I thought, oh, I know all the journeys, I know all the paths, I know everything, right? I was a cocky little bastard, and I realized, thanks to Virginia and some other people, that just because my journey was similar, it did not mean that it was the end all be all journey, right? It didn't mean, like you talk to people who been married for 30 years, right? And then you talk to somebody who's married for 15 years. That conversation will be very, very different. How do you make your marriage work? Or, right? There's different ways. People will say different things. Like the 15-year marriage will be like, they'll talk. A 35-year-old marriage, they'll give you like 3 or 4 nuggets that you then will take home and plant and grow on. Like my family's one of their nuggets that I didn't realize this until after my mother's death was put the relationship first. That was the first nugget. Above all other things, above money, above everything else, put the relationship first. That's the most important, right? And then attached to my father saying, if you're not learning something new every day, then something's dead wrong. And I thought that was just talking about life, but he was like daily life, right? But I think he was talking more about now. If you don't learn something new about yourself every day, and you don't learn something new, right? Then you're avoiding receiving those blessings of this universe, of this world. When someone's actions damage or hurt you, make yourself peaceful and bless them. Then your universe will bring new and better to you. Honoring others, right? That's another way to work on your ascension. Accept people exactly as they are without wanting to change them. I can't tell you how many people I tried to change. I told y'all about I used to work with people. I'd coach them on auditions, and I thought, oh, I know everything about auditions, right? I know everything. I've been trained. I've been blah, blah, blah. And finally, one of the talent was like, can we try? Like, I have my opinion. Can we try? And I feel it's this. And the first time I was insulted, I was like, well, I'm sitting here, I'm doing this, blah, 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 right? Can you imagine the people in Atlantis, right? They were there and they're like, oh, so the crystal skulls are not the only answer. Okay. So if you know that something works, right? Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So me, I was like, it ain't broke. People booking gigs are doing this, that, these, and those. Um, but I had to learn the art of collaboration. I had to learn that I can't always steer the ship. So you have to learn how to honor others, and you have to learn how to honor other people's opinions. And even if you disagree with them, if you're like, nah, not today, I don't agree, I think that's craziness, you don't insult them. You just say, hey, that's not for me. Right? Uh, I used to think, oh, metaphysics is great, everybody's gonna understand it, blah, blah. That's not true. I've just been blessed. I have associated myself with people who accept me for me, accept my journey, accept that I'm eccentric, accept that I'm an intuitive storyteller. They also accept I don't push it down their throats, right? And that's something a lot of people don't get. Like I'm watching some of these TikToks and I was like, how, how, because in these communities, right, in the metaphysical communities, you gotta be a real person, right? Social media, you have these other communities I call the social media community, right? The SMCs, and that's like people who are we are an escape, right? And we are learning. We can help you learn, and we can help you whatever. Um, but it's also for us, it's accountability. Y'all keep us accountable, right? Y'all like, oh, hey, yeah, people are counting on me to come and do this, right? I hear from y'all, and I hear from y'all off of chat, off of things like, oh, thank you for this and thank you for that, and it really warms my heart when I hear that kind of stuff. Um, and it shows me that the investments that I have made. That's another thing about ascension is you got to learn how to invest in yourself. You can't ask somebody to invest in you if you have not invested in yourself. You can embrace new energy and new beginnings all day long. But if you don't put some skin in the game, right? Some real skin in the game. If you don't, like, I started read like on my breaks at work, I'll pick a book up because I was like, okay, hey, I know if I'm talking about a Sunday, I don't have time to read all this, so I'm gonna take notes. And if y'all can see, I make notes so then I can be like, okay, so element of water, emotional. So okay, cool. So let's go with that. So that's one way. Hold on, let me get back to this. All right. So honoring others, accept people exactly as they are without wanting to change them. This is the greatest respect you can offer another soul, which is great. Joy and joy come to you. Can I sing that or am I going to get pinged? Joy come to you. See the best in every situation in person and feel your heart glow with happiness. Feel that green, feel that pink. Feel it. Let's see if I can make a little thing for you. Hold on. So open that heart, open that mind, open that joy. Then peace, Virginia's favorite word. Just give me peace. I need that peace. Maybe a piece of the pie, 'cause I love me some pie. Maybe some peace so I can be free. So I can understand that emotional journey. All right. When you are grounded and feel you belong on earth, you enjoy a sense of deep peace and satisfaction. Okay. When you open your, and then finally, welcome. You have to welcome these energies, right? You have to welcome your energy, welcome these energies. Okay, JS, I'm not really reading anybody necessarily. So what we're talking about is just how to ascend, right? How to work on your ascension, how to step into your new role, how to avoid the pitfalls of this shift, how to dive into the oceans of our humanity and come back out without getting the bends, right? We need to be very cautious and aware. Oh, we got some more cards, so let's pull those out. Okay, here we go. Star connection. Guidance from stars, galactic, unified field. So how? Hello, Miss Myers. Yes, Virginia, I get to go over to 11. Multi-dimensional. Y'all can't make that shit up. So I love my wife so much. She's like, oh my God, Seth David, you're going over. Multi-dimensional timelines, VU. Don't even try to fit in. Y'all, it's right there. It's right there in the card. Can someone take a picture of this, please? Because it's really funny. You want to take a picture? Okay. Multi-dimensional timelines, BU, don't try to fit in. So, well, I guess I can print screen it. I was trying to get y'all to do it. I'll do it later. It's fine. So, star connection. So, with that conjunction that's happening, right? We have to be aware of the guidance we're going to receive from the stars and what we're going to see from the world and how we receive them and how people take them in. It's very important. So, you know what I think that means? I think that means we get to open the. Let's pull some astrology cards for the star connection. Y'all ready? Heaven is under your feet as well as over our heads. Henry David Thoreau. Makes you wonder what he knew. I live my life in growing orbits which move over things in this world. Perhaps I can never achieve the last, but that will be my attempt. I'm circling around God, around ancient tower, and I have been circling for 1,000 years. And I still don't know if I'm a falcon or a storm or a great song. Rainer Maria Rilke, 1899. That's some deepness. And what I paid for these cards, y'all, let me tell you, you can go on Amazon right now and get this deck, and it's a beautiful deck. Highly, highly recommend it. I mean, look at the card. I'm gonna show you all the beautiful cards. But can we have a star connection? Let's just see what we got. Okay, y'all ready? This one's gonna be. Ooh, this is for Lisa Myers. You ready? Because I don't know what this is. So Lisa Myers, early learning and childhood relations, the rational mind and communication. So we have these two birds, and what do birds represent but messages? So this is a message probably from someone who you love, I would bet, who's telling you that one way that you're probably going to learn how to ascend is going back to your happy childhood moments, right? And looking at those childhood moments and seeing and believing, right? That's probably a really good tool to meditate on too, as well. Right? There's two different birds here. And what you're going to do is you're going to realize how to communicate with one person and yourself. Okay? This is for Linda. The sun. So the sun says self-express and I embody the truth. So as you are ascending, Linda, as you work on your ascension process and you get on those golden stairs and you go up there and you get in the tower of aventurine and pearl and gold, right? Or however you want to make your aventurine, make your beautiful heart tower. Look at what's growing. Look at what's developing. Look at what is making you stand out. Okay? And then look at what needs to be adjusted. Y'all, like the eccentric, I realize that if I'm teaching an acting class, right? Maybe talking metaphysics can put people off, right? That can be a little distracting for some people, right? Same thing with metaphysics, talking acting. You're like, well, what the hell does that have to do with it, right? When I told my wife that I was taking on the moniker, the intuitive storyteller, she looked at me like, and not as a bad thing, right? But that gave me a first response of like, oh, okay. So I have to explain what that is to people. Whereas eccentric medium, you automatically get this, right? Eccentric and medium, right? Now I probably should have gone with eccentric psychic, and people be like, oh, that's amazing. That's just two on the nose for me. All right, who's next? JS, here's your card. Destined to release. The South Node. Destined to release. So allow yourself those connections to the stars to release. Virginia, here's yours. Virginia's like, why did I not get the card that was on top? I know what she's thinking. Virginia's card. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. One thing that me and Virginia always talks about with me is people need to feel secure. That's something that's really important. And in a reading, people need to feel secure. When I'm doing a deep dive, like, I usually talk to somebody for an hour before I even do the deep dive. And that's not to get information. That's so they know if they're spending $170 or whatever they're going to spend, right? That they're getting everything that they need, right? There's not going to be any surprises except for the unopened card deck that I go out and pick out, right? So that the playing field is even, right? The playing field is even. That's the most important thing I think with metaphysical work is the playing field needs to be even. Any kind of work, you have to understand how to work with what this is. Like I got this book because I'm not that great at astrology. When you talk about South Nodes, there's a great app called Chani on the App Store. I highly recommend it. But we got some cool stuff here. So the star connection, and that means the universe is challenging me. It's like, Suits, you need to learn astrology. I'm like, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. I saw people like and getting the app to like make the star charts and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I just want to cry. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not at work. People are like, so if I get this and I get this, that's how much. I'm like, thinking a major here, brother. Let me put a calculator on your ass. All right. Who else wants a card? Anybody else wants a card? Come on, tell me you want a card. 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 Anybody else some else? All right. The North Node, destined to have. Destined to have. So again, we go with that flowing, that water going into the mountains. So that water, so we go from ascension to fluidity. So we're growing, and as we grow, as we move up, what do we need? We need that fluidity. We need that water. We need those nutrients, right? We need to learn how to work. We talked about dragon probably about a month ago. How to work with dragon. We want to work with dragon. We don't want to chase the dragon, because dragon eventually is going to turn its head and go. I know, Linda. It's still difficult because there's so many different damn. Now that I have I don't have my new computer yet, but when I get my new computer, I'll probably get it. Probably Christmas. All right. Oh, okay. Huh. Cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So you want to work with learning how, with this shift, how to make a home peaceful, right? Because I'm telling you right now, I want you to imagine that you became an X-Men, right? Or you became Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden you had to go home. And you're like, oh, I can close that door. And that is a mess that someone's going to have to clean up. No one should have to clean up your metaphysical mess. That's the bottom line, right? You as a person, as your ascension path, like joy, trust, integrity, happiness, honoring people, right? These are things you need to do. That's not honoring. That's being lazy, right? So, like, I have lots of stones in my house. I have tons of stones in my house. And that's great. That's great. I have these great stones. I can pass them on to my children in the future. That's awesome. But I was talking to Virginia, like when we get our new house, that a lot of these stones aren't just going to be out in the open. One, we have a son that's growing up, and he likes to move stuff. And I'm very, very stingy with my stones. And I use them on a regular basis. So I'm going to have a chamber eventually, right? An office with all. So you talk about an energy room. That's what we were going to call it, the Wolf and Bear energy room, because that's where most of the stones are going to go. Now, some stones, like our abundance tower, will always be in our living room because it's been such a light to us. But you have to realize that people, as we ascend and as we grow, right, and as we start changing, right, things need to grow and develop. And I gotta make sure I can go to 11. I just gotta make sure to this end. Okay. All right, I can go to 11. All right. So we've talked a lot about stuff. Now we're gonna have some passion, and we're gonna play and be confident in this, and we're gonna journey on into the wild mystic. All right. So that's what we're gonna work on now, because we have established a foundation. We worked on learning how to become healthy, right, in our daily life and practical details. Can't make this shit up. The card will tell you. Like, I promise you. You might say, I don't know how to read the cards today. I just wanna play. Help me to understand the way. I just wanna play. I just need to play. I'm gonna let the card tell me which way to go today. All right, here we go. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Fire. All right. So what that tells me is we got to talk about the fire, because I read about this earlier. Where'd it go? My little ascension book went away. I'm telling you, Spirit likes, when you start getting on a roll with Spirit, they'll be like, okay, all right, I'll get it. That's good. We've got some other stuff for you to do. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I get it. But these are going to be fun to play with. It's a beautiful deck, like I said. Beautiful deck. I'm going to have these cards out because we're going to use them with this. Oh, I just feel that energy just pumping in. It's so great. It's so great. I love it. So let's just get that energy moving in. Let's shake, rattle, and roll. Hello, Carolyn Fox. How you doing tonight? Do you want a card? Do you want a card? Do you want a card before we start our second part tonight? Let's give Lisa Myers some energy. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we cleansed some stuff. Hopefully that cleansed some stuff for y'all. I feel good. I feel good. I can't sing because I don't get pink. Gotta create my own songs. I don't know where my other book went. Well, this is interesting. My Ascension book disappeared. Anybody know where I put it? Oh no, the phone fell. And let's cut those cords too. So we'll cut that cord from the north, cut that cord from the south, cut that cord from the east, cut that cord from the west, cut that cord from all them exes from the past, cut all them cords from the family members, cut all them cords from all those friends and foes that have been talking bad about you, but don't realize they're talking bad about you. They feel things. You cut all them cords, like Brutus Beefcake. We're making a bush, a beautiful bush of a lion. That lion is going to roar like Aslan, and that roar is going to take all the frozen stuff that's inside you. And when he roars, roar, right? When he does that, all those things that are cold and dead are now full of life. All right. I like feeling full of life. I also want to know where my book is. I got to find it, guys. I'm sorry. It's got to be somewhere here. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. I found one. All right, let's just pull. I mean, where the hell did it go? And then on Tuesday, we're opening this. So make sure y'all come back on Tuesday for the Sunflower Plant Spirit Oracle. Y'all, seriously? That is nutso right there. That's crazy pants. Oh, ha 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 ha. Okay. So we're talking about fire, so let's get there. The element of fire. So we're talking about water first, and then we're going to talk about, in the next part of the show, we're going to talk about fire. All right. Fire governs the south. Noon, summer, the color red, the planet Mars and Jupiter, the sun and the zodiac signs Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Its tools are the wand, the staff, which I have, and the scourge. I don't know what the scourge is. Fire is the creative, ambitious drive, the spark that generates strength, action, and productivity. When in balance, fire creates and strengthens. When out of balance, it destroys and consumes. Well, that's not. When fire appears in your reading, you are asked to examine your creative and ambitious drives, the motives behind your actions. How you approach and act in a situation can greatly affect not only performance, but also the flow of energies when participating in projects. Well, I can speak to that. Okay. All right. Okay. Fire, while very creative, can become unfocused if left to burn without direction. You're being reminded to give your creative thoughts, actions, words, direction, and focus to achieve your goals. All right. So again, that's a great Oracle deck. Oracle of the Ascendant. It's great. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Okay. 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 All right. I just, when I saw this book, I was like, when I saw this, because I was at the store and I was like, oh my goodness, it looks so nice. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. We got 5 people watching since y'all are sitting here, right? And we've been in the Wild Mystic, and we also have some cards that we pulled earlier for the long haul people who have been here, right? Who've been watching. Remember, like and share this video, please, 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 please. Tell your friends, your fellows, your countrymen, your family. Well, if your family likes this kind of stuff, say, hey, there's this crazy guy named Seth David Suits Healy. He's an intuitive. He does readings. You can go to suitshealy.com. You can always shoot him emails at eccentricmedium@gmail.com. Okay. So, look at that. Let's just look at that. Let's look at the box. Isn't that cool? The box is cool. Okay. And I got another awesome book. I'm so excited about these. Look at this. The Wild Bitch. Let's just open it. Ready to open it? Okay. The Bee. Ha ha. Work. Okay. This card represents hard work, focus, and industry. While the Ant card on page 22 focuses on collaboration, which we talked about earlier, to achieve a goal, the Bee card focuses on the goal itself, which we talked about earlier. It represents effort toward a pleasant outcome or long overdue reward. This card tells us that the goal we seek is within our reach if we persist. The bee, like the hummingbird, which is on page 66, is often associated with the sun. However, the bee's solar energy, we talked about the sun, we talked about fire, that's pretty cool, is focused on production, invention, and the job at hand. The ancient Egyptians, y'all were talking about Egypt so much, I guess that next Sunday is going to be Egyptian Sunday. The ancient Egyptians are considered the first people to create the artificial hives producing honey. The wild honey harvesting is also an ancient practice, and development of domesticated hive-based farming is still being researched. Okay, cool. They also believe that the sun god, Ra, created the bees from his tears as they hit the sand. Well, ain't that cool? Honey has often been linked to gold or imbued with the power of the sun due to its color and its seemingly miraculous production by the amazing insects. We may view the bee card as symbolizing the fruits of labor and a rich, successful outcome. This card indicates financial and business success. Please. Oh, please. Oh, please. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. I'll take it all. Okay. We'll take it all. Not just me. We'll take it all. We'll take it all. We're just grateful. Okay. This card indicates financial and business success. It's industry as its most rewarding, and the sun shining down on your back as you toil. So, a shadow reading of this, the lesser of the not lesser, just if that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to figure out what's bothering you, right? That's how I decide shadow reading. People will tell you different things. I don't like ever bringing negatives into my reading. I think that if I'm going to test the waters, I want to make sure Jaws is not down there, okay? Or an octopus, right? I'm just going to tell you. I want dolphins, and they have to be nice dolphins. They can't be like pissy dolphins, all right? The shadow reading of the B card is lethargy, stupor. It is the sun overshadowed. It is exhaustion felt when one has lost passion for a project or excitement for work. We've all been there. We've all been there. So you might feel, y'all, some of y'all might feel like, hey, you know what? Not worth it. On Tuesday, you're like, not worth it. 4th of July was like, but Tuesday, like, CERN. Because you went down the rabbit hole just like I did. And you're like, okay. Because, like my mom would say, expectations ruin you of your happiness. If you have expectations, person, places, or things, you're never going to match, right? I'm watching Evil on Paramount Plus, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all are not watching Evil on Paramount Plus, please do yourself a favor to go do that. Go do that. Go get Paramount Plus, because Star Trek Discovery is probably one of the best shows on TV right now, besides Miss Marvel, which is another great show, which is about empowerment, which is about culture, which is about inclusion, right? So the Shadow Interpretation of the B card may tell you it's time to mix things up, change your perspective. So, y'all, if you get this deck, let me know, right? If we got, if you know, like that deck that I had with my friend the other day, my mind is going blank. I have it down here somewhere. Because I want to reward y'all for all y'all being here and continually being here present. So I think I'm going to do like a Zoom session so we can get an idea, so y'all can all like talk and stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. So the correspondence is here. Now, y'all got to hear this, okay? The correspondents are air and fire, right? Amaryllis, amber, cowslip, and mace. That's the flowers. Stone, citrine, fluorite, sodalite, amazonite. Mystic work, new job, standing out of the crowd, the workplace, focus on the task at hand. Money, manifestations, summer solstice, summer rites. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So we opened up with that. Now, y'all remember we had some cards here. That we picked earlier, right? And I don't know what the Lemurian cards are. I have no idea. I know what the astrology cards are, but I don't know. And so what's going to be really funny, and what we're going to see, because we have to have compassion. Please have compassion for me, because I'm not sure how this is going to work. All right. So I'm sort of putting it all up, right? All right. So our first card for working with the wild mystic, right? Okay. So cultural, family roots, home, peace, and comfort. So this card for me is going to talk about your connection with your ancestry and how to have peace and comfort with it. Very important. If you don't have peace and comfort with your ancestry, if you don't know where you come from, then you don't know where you can go. Okay. This card is a part of that. Let's see what this says, because this is, when I feel this card, it's like the elephant in the room, right? It feels like there's something that people just don't talk about, or they should talk more about. Rising to Pleiadian frequencies, sacred bond, healing clears space for higher energies. So I feel like in this case, that is saying that people don't talk about them rising. When you think about ascensions, you think about Jesus Christ, you think about other things. These ascensions are different. These ascensions are ascending in place, right? This is a different level of existence. You are getting a different concept. You are not the big dog in the yard. Don't ever think you are, okay? Learn from me, please. You're not the big dog. You're a dog in the yard who gets to play with the old football and gets to have fun and just play tug of war with the guy whose breath smells like tobacco. And he's got a stained shirt, but he loves playing with you with this old football because it reminds him of his nostalgia days. That's where you are. Okay? You're not the big dog in the yard. You're the dog who is respected. You're the dog who knows how to have fun. You're the dog who also, and it's going to get some people, missy mitts, knows their place. It's important. It's important in this journey, in this ascension process, that you know that even in the big dog, in the big thing, in the big metaphysical, I'm doing that Randy Orton, right? In the big dog situation, you know there's always one bigger. And if you start going out and saying you are the big dog in the yard, guess what's going to happen? The universe come down and say, what? Excuse me. My name is Santa Claus. And I have a bag full of toys to you up with. You still want to play? What? Can I just get new football? I just want new football. Because I'm touring this one up. That's what I thought. Universe, football. Boom. You play football. Right? And then one day, one person will say, hey, you want to get in my truck? Let's go ride. And then we're going to move. And we'll move from this location to another junkyard. It'll be a little bigger. And you'll have gained a little more clout. Right? Okay. All right. All right, we got that fire again. Right? So we got that fire. And so let's see what Lemurian has to say about it. This one attacked my jaws right here. I don't know what that's about, but it was. Virginia. So a lot of times mediums and everything, when someone's trying to speak through them, they really will try to speak through you, right? And so you have to learn how to tell them to have grace with you, right? If your spirit is trying to talk through you, right, which is an honor, but also you need to be insulated and you need to know what the hell you're doing. So let's open the Mystic card book and see what it has to say about that. Okay, ready? The moth, death. Y'all can't make that shit up. Look. Talking about mediumship when we get death. The word death may at first cause you discomfort, but in the natural world, death is an essential part of rebirth. Yes, it is. New growth and sustaining life. While you may choose to view this card as representation of physical death, understand it also signifies symbolic death. Y'all, on Tuesday, get ready because a death is coming. It's an energy death. It's a death that's going to be so strong and so powerful, it might knock you on your ass. I was like, oh, thank God I'm off on Tuesdays because I'd probably have to call in sick. To which my wife would be like, no, you are not. I'm kidding. My wife is great. But I'm off on Tuesday, so that's good. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that form of death happens on Tuesday. What divine grace and divine guidance are we going to receive on Tuesday with that shift? Because it's going to be like closing one book and they're going to put that book on a shelf. They're going to lock it up. And then a new author, probably a ghostwriter in, who knows the Bible of the story, right? But it's going to start a brand new series. So get ready because Tuesday is the first day. And it's going to be like one of those TV shows, like one of the British TV shows on Acorn or BritBox, right? It's going to start off slow. You're going to be like, oh, I feel tired. Maybe it's COVID. I don't know, whatever. You'll feel tired. Your body, either two things you're going to do. You'll feel tired or you're going to be full of energy. Right? That's it could be two. There's not going to be any in betweens. Either you're going to be exhausted, right? Because you're getting ready to have a ton of downloads, right? Or you're going to be so hyped People will be like, "Are you okay?" Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm great. I'm golden. Okay. This card may mean the end of a journey, the end of a relationship, or the end of an attachment. So let it go. Okay. It may also represent the end of one path and the movement on to the next. So you might want to work with Moth on Tuesday. Moth and citrine should be really good friends. I never thought I'd say those words. Well, the moth is known as a creature of shadow and night. We must remember that it's always seeking out the light. Leaves may fall and rot into the earth, but their decay feeds new growth. This card may symbolize hope and happiness, which I think it does, in the face of a life-changing event, which it will, or endings or a new beginning after a life-changing event. And that is coming. Too many manifestors. If you go on TikTok and you just type in Hadron Collider or CERN or July 5th, and you see how many people are watching this and really feeling that this is what's going to happen, and if they're any type of manifester, right, or if they're any type of energetic worker, and you have that much energy pumping into our world, fear is a power. Don't believe me? Ask other dictators. Fear can you can get more by scaring people to death. And if you don't think that CERN had any ideas that Stranger Things, which uses a thing that looks like the Hadron Collider in a much smaller capacity, right, to open the upside down, they look exactly alike. Look at it. I'm serious. I'm telling you, go down that rabbit hole. But make sure you have a rabbit with you. Be like, hey, this is scary. This is scary. This is scary. I thought Houdini died because of this. I thought it was Jimmy Peanut Butter, not Jim. I thought the Monopoly Man had a monocle. And you get there. Okay. So a shadow reading of this is what it says in the book. This is more if you're looking to find out maybe like what's hindering, right? Kind of thing. A change is on the way, whether you like it or not. So, hey, guess what? Change is inevitable, right? Perhaps we are not prepared. We might not be prepared. I feel that a hurricane is coming, and that's not anything intuitive. I mean, that's the weather people have said it. But I feel like it's going to be bad. I feel like something's going to hit on Tuesday where people, the smart people, will be like, Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. That's what they're going to be doing. Okay. Looking forward and toward the future can be scary and unnerving, and it can. Because if you think about it, that much energy pumping through the universe, pumping through the world, right? On a conjunction, right? On manifest, on, I believe it's Lionsgate. I'm almost positive. If someone can confirm that for me, that'd be fantastic. Okay. The moth may fly too close to the flame and burn. Wow. A life-changing event may be on its way. Again, elements air and spirit. Flora is Adler, Bluebell, Cypress, Elder, Willow. I'm going to act like I know what those are. I don't. Stones, amethyst and highlight. Ritual work or routine work. Funeral blessing, ancestor work. We talked about ancestors earlier a little bit here, so that's really cool. Speaking of those, beyond the veil, right? Working with moth. A new beginning after a big life change, dealing with grief. So that's cool. All right. No, Lionsgate, the manifestation of, I think it has to do with Leo. All right. Dove of peace. Stay in the heart. All is well. Be at peace. I like that. I'm glad it tells me that. That makes me happy. I like hearing Dove of peace. Okay. So what that tells me is we're going to get some rose quartz out. So I'm going to give y'all some rose quartz to the frequency tonight. Let's give some rose quartz to the frequency. Here we go. So if you're looking for a heart, right? If you're looking for a heart, we're giving you the heart. Here's a new heart. All right. So we got to wrap this up, y'all. It's almost 11. All right. Double peace. An abundance of peace and love. Okay. I like it. This is an interesting card. I don't know what this is. Wow. This is coming up a lot. We just have to surrender, right? We got to surrender. We got to surrender. We got to come to conclusion and say, hey, you know what? I'm releasing all that I can. And some of the stuff that's part of me I can't release. And that's cool too. I can't release that. That's just here part of me. It's my scars. It's all this that makes me. I'm going to take the gold pen though, and I'm going to go whoosh, and I'm going to show my scar. I'm going to show my cracks. I'm going to show who I am. I'm not going to pretend anymore. All right. Learn how to forgive yourself. Very, very important. As on Tuesday, I want you all to make yourself get a piece of cake, get a piece of pie, treat yourself with something and say, hey, I have earned this cake. Maybe not yet, but I will. And I'm going to taste it because I need a confirmation in my mind, in my body, and my soul that I believe in myself. I believe in the family of light. I believe in the family of light. I believe in the signs and the guidance and the ancient wisdoms. I believe in Atlantis. I believe in Lemuria frequencies. Now, they may not have existed like people say they have, but you know what? I have a right to choose, for I am sovereign. I have a right to choose. I'm immune to your hooks. We release the hooks. So y'all put your hands up like this. Put your hands up like this. Tighten them up real hard. 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 What we're going to do is we're going to take it. And we got Atlas Conscious right here. And Atlas is used to hold things. So what we're going to do, take our hand. I got to hold this one right here. So I want you to take your hand out, right? And I just want you to go toward the screen, right? I just want you to put your hand toward the screen. And I'm going to put Atlas out to you. And I want you to just hold on to Atlas, okay? And he's going to take it all away. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the feeling and the love, right? Because you are sovereign. Shokure, Seihiki, Takomio. You are free. You are able and you are embodied to grow, to be true, to be beautiful, to be happy, and to be at peace. You are free. We're gonna bring our beautiful Tanaska in, right? That's who this is. And you're gonna feel a coolness run over your body. And that's gonna be a shield. Tanaska's gonna shield you. The nice cool. Shokure, Seihiki, Takomio. So reach out and touch him. That'd be a good picture too. Look at the detail of his eyes. Get lost in his eyes. See the cross in his mouth? No longer your cross to bear. He's going to take care of that. That frequency is going to take care of that. Ooh. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh-wee, that's heavy. The great thing about hematite is it is a great transmuter. Right? It's a great transmuter. The next thing we're going to do is bring Perot out. We bring Perot out. We look at him. He's shining. Right? And so we have that hematite shine shield. Now we'll take Perot out. Right? And this one is going to help you detect, discover, and find what is preventing your ascension. Because we're all different. Perot is going to help you go down deep into the ocean of humanity and come back up and make sure that you're sovereign as you come back up. What he's going to do. That frequency. And you may see it as this beautiful skull. You may see it as a flower. You may see it as whatever. As we do here on Things Network and at Temple of the Rising Phoenix. Put it out for you. Okay. Then we take some selenite, Shokure, Seihiki, Takomio, Asundra, Asundra, Asundra. Okay. So, and for your auric field, for what we're going to manifest for this week. So what we're going to do, we engage the sovereign. We engage our family of light. We ask for forgiveness and learn how to forgive ourselves. We surrender. As we surrender, we are granted abundance from the heavens by the dove of peace, who has gifted us, the angelic ones. They give us a sacred bond. They give us roots. They give us confidence and passion. We emerge the victor in the end. Our crown is not heavy. We shine bright with our light. We learn the language of the night and the light. We find our guides to and fro. We unlock our gifts. And we learn how to let go. We accept the pure light of the stars, the cycle. We observe. We collect. We're born as a new man and a new woman. New birth, new child. Because we learn to know ourselves, who we are, where we are, and who we will become. The cycle of cosmic circles are forming. And we are blessed with the cloak from the Most High. Oh, card came out. Ha ha. Inspire. Oh my God. Y'all look at this. This is crazy. Y'all ready? Collaborate. And defend. That was awesome. All right. This again. Okay, Hawk. We'll end on Hawk. The card represents the hunt and the pursuit of one's goals. Forsaking all else, the hawk is a predatory creature known for keen eyesight and revered for swift and decisive aerial action. The Celts associate the bird with foresight and acuity. The hunting technique of falconry, still used today, was once referred to as hawking, and is believed to have existed for 1,000 years. I just want to say something. There cannot be any coincidence here. I was talking about Stephen Hawking earlier, and Hawking is right here. I know it's spelled differently, but that's some craziness. Okay. It is believed to have existed for 1,000 years. The scar symbolizes a chase or hunt with a fixation on a specific target. It is pursuit of a goal, of an outcome with a streamlined sniper-like focus. This card may communicate that you will soon find something you once thought lost. It is a symbol of a successful hunt for something that has long eluded you or that you thought you could never achieve. If you are using this reading to decide on a new course in life, come on, really? Now might be the time to try something you have always wanted to do but thought was out of your reach. Those who do not seek will never find. This card may also represent those under the Western zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So if you're looking at what's blocking you, again, the reading of the card might draw you to awareness to the figurative blinders, what's blinding you from keeping, which may it may keep you from seeing the bigger picture. And then finally, one more. Goat. This card represents a pledge or a contract, which we will make on Tuesday. In Greek mythology, the goat is associated with the god Pan, who is, in essence, nature untamed. This god was later converted by Christian mythology to symbolize the devil, and consequently, more lore regarding the goat is swept up with themes of evil and devil. We're not going to talk about that. The goat was often associated with witchcraft, all that kind of stuff. But the goat is a sign of a promise. The goat, the Capricorn, right? The goat helps you climb your mountains, helps you get high, but you have to make that deal first. It's a card, a pact of promises to be made. It is a sign of bondage to a person, an institution, or a cause. So you have decided this is what I will do. The goat is highly adaptive and resilient. So you're bringing in goat in on Tuesday as well. So you can adapt and be resilient. Goats are excellent climbers and browsing grazers, making them hardy animals. They are agile in difficult terrain and able to surmount great natural obstacles. So you might work with goat and Ganesh, that frequency, on Tuesday. They are agile. Okay, the deal card may symbolize a dependable contract able to withstand significant changes and challenges. This card may be emblematic of a partnership, marriage, or union which has seen tough times but always manages to overcome difficulties. The element is earth. The stones are sapphire, tanzanite, and jasper. Y'all have been amazing. Y'all have been a blessing. Tap into the ancient wisdom of the animal kingdom by embracing your unlimited intuition. Y'all make sure you get the Wild Mystic Oracle card deck. Written by Anastasia Cardis. It's a great little book, great little deck here. These books are amazing. I used to avoid these books like the plague. If my friend William Michael could see me now, he'd be like, "Hey, you hypocrite!" No, probably that's what I would say to myself. But y'all have been amazing. Y'all have been great. If I go longer than 11, my wife will kill me. Because I was worn flam out last week or the week after, week before. So y'all have been amazing. Please let y'all stars, let y'all's angels guide you to a place of love and light, and be resilient, right? Be resilient. Oh, what are these? Oh, let's know the cards. We'll leave it on that. Be your cosmic self. You are a cosmic being. Stay confident in your truth. Go within, listening and loving. And then portals. Holy shit. Come on. Come on. I don't believe it. That's not even funny. That's not. I don't want to go. As Kevin Hart would say, no. So excited. No, no. No. That is on my own cards. A time where I'm like, no, sorry, not today. Not today. We're gonna leave it on that. It's time to let go of what has been. You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach rather than dodgily committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust and a positive outcome is imminent. It's from a great book by Alana Fairchild, The White Light Oracle. You are a light in the darkest of times. You are angels. You are saints. You are workers of light and love. Never forget that. Never forget that. Keep on going. Keep on rocking and rolling. Y'all been great. Share this and like this with your friends and fellow countrymen. Y'all email me. I'm gone. Have a great night. Uga Sooth. Onward, upward, greatness abounds. Soak up that humanity. Create your art. Make your impact. With the army of now and the army of tomorrow. So our children and their children won't have to have armies. No, they'll run the woods with fairies. They'll dive deep in the oceans of humanity. They'll soak up. They'll show up. They'll soldier on. Because that's what we do here. We sooth it up. Uga Sooth. Be the change so you can transform the world. That'll be good.